Yo, hey, what's up, everybody? Once again, Shemaine, man, coming back to you. One of the things I wanted to address, man, I was thinking about earlier was the ability for people to find their purpose. A lot of times you're looking outside of yourself to try to find your purpose. You're looking for material things to define you. You look towards a lot of different things, but in truth, when you're trying to define you, man, a lot of times you gotta be willing to take that journey inside you. You know, you might not like a lot of things you see in life. You might not like a lot of things you see within yourself, but that's okay. That's okay because all of us are trying to get somewhere. You know, one thing I realized, man, especially when I was locked up, that it was a journey. For a lot of people that have been dealing with me for a while, I was one of the youngest juveniles to ever be incarcerated in State I was 15 years old when I went. I ended up doing 24 years, before I got released. And during that time, one of the things I did acknowledge was the time that I spent in the hole, because I ended up doing like 20 months in the hole. But while I was in the hole, what people identify as solitary confinement, when you do that amount of time in the hole, you get a lot of time to sit back and collect your thoughts, and get in tune with self. And that's one of the things I did do. And I came to the conclusion over time that nobody can really define you but you. When you see or you try to figure out what your purpose is in life, you start figuring certain things out like, you know, what am I trying to do? What are my goals? Where am I trying to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years, 20 years from now? You know, and you pretty much leave your footprints, saying clear cut so that everyone can see. Um, I can say this. I watched a lot of people fall short because they were trying to live up to the circumstances and to the hype of everyone else. Whether it be family members, friends. I still see it right now today. Even though I'm home, I still see people falling short. And it's one of the things that always kind of baffle me. It's like, like you don't have to live up to anybody's expectations except yourself. Do you. But in the process of doing you, be the best of you. That's what I want people to understand. Always try to push forward. Always try to make those steps to be the best of you. Wherever you may go, wherever you may involve yourself in life, always try to do the best you can. You don't have to settle. You weren't put here to come for second or third place. And that's not saying that you're going to win everything you involve yourself in, because the probability you winning everything in life, it's kind of slim, being realistic. But there are chances to where you can bounce back, but you have to have that mindset going through the door like, okay, I went through this, and I'm ready to overcome this. Because a lot of things you're going to go through in life, it all begins with a thought. And ain't nothing wrong with going through the trials and tribulations. Don't be scared. That's my biggest thing. Don't be scared, because at the end of the day, we know that fear paralyzes a lot of people. It stops a lot of people from doing the things they want to do. Um, and it stops a lot of people from progressing and really letting their light shine. That's like a lot of young guys that I talk to. Some of them are like, they're teenagers. They're like, some of them, 13, 14, 15, the age I was when I got locked up, 16, all the age, you're quick to get caught up because you want to impress people. You want to be part of. Nobody wants to be on the outside looking in. Everybody wants to be on the inside. Everybody wants to be with the good group, with the guys that they deem are popular. Even for females, I see it even more so too. The girls, they want to be in with the people they deem are popular. you know. But what you got to realize is that you're not with them for them. You're with them for the lifestyle you think they live in. And a lot of times that lifestyle you think they're living is an artificial lifestyle. Don't chase the lifestyle. Don't adorn the lifestyle. Adorn the person. But the only way you could do that is to adorn you first. This is what they mean when they talk about the laws of nature. The first law of nature is self-preservation. Self-preservation means that you could put you above all those other things, because at the end of the day, the secular world is the trap. It is the trap, being caught up in the secular world. But you got to be able to identify that. You have to be willing and able to put yourself on a higher plateau. So that you know that you could transcend and rise above that. One of the things I do realize, especially since I've been home, like I told you, this is why I call this page, 24, and I'm out now. Because now I got something to weigh it to. You never knew what good was to experience bad. You didn't know about the light to experience the darkness. So now I'm getting a chance to experience the light, and I'm loving the light. I'm loving the light. There is nothing that I feel that I would want to do allow me to abdicate my position right now and put myself back in that state of servitude. You know what I mean? There's nothing I can see right now that would deem me saying, hey, you know what? Instead of me being out, in a free world, a free society, being a free thinker, being who I am, or who I know I am to be, why would I want to put myself back in a society? So each day that I'm out, I take pleasure in my endeavors of just getting out, enjoying the smaller things, things that a lot of people may take for granted. Just being able to get out. Like last night, I went swimming. And I can honestly say, man, that's something that I enjoy doing. I've always enjoyed doing. Even as a kid, I've always enjoyed the fact of me being able to swim. Check it. Even though I was gone for 24 years, it's amazing how, muscle memory kicks in because I've done all that time, almost a quarter century. We could even say a quarter century. But I came out, but I never forgot how to swim. I adapted. I got right back in tune with things. And that's what I'm saying. You go through certain things in life, you can adapt, you can get in tune with things, But at the end of the day, a lot of stuff that you experience is not new. You don't experience nothing. There's nothing new to you. There's nothing new under the sun. Sometimes we have to go back, and we have to draw on these things that we've experienced from in the past, and we bring them forth and we manifest them. We bring them back to the table. So people can say, and they can say, you know what? This is familiar. I've done this before. Excuse me. Or you may have a situation where you talk to certain people and you may have a conversation with someone. You may think like, you know what? I had a similar conversation with this person or someone like this person. Or you come into contact with certain people and you say, you know what? I talked to someone who was just like her. You know, this is why they always say a wise man meets no strangers, because a wise man literally meets no strangers. There's someone who's going to always fit the mold of someone who you've talked to in the past. But sometimes there might be points in your life that where you didn't recognize, what they were telling you or what they were trying to convey to you. But the message is always there. Take heed of it. Take the initiative, man, to enjoy yourself and enjoy your life. You know, make that a priority. Enjoy life. Because I assure you, it's not promised to no one. Another minute, another hour, another day, another year is not promised to anyone. So make sure you take the initiative, man, to enjoy your life. And never let anyone try to sway your decisions, man, to jump out here and be involved in some crazy nonsense. Because at the end of the day, that's one thing we love to do. We quick to try to draw each other off into that realm of stupidity. Because we feel like, yo, that's what's up. That's what we supposed to be. You don't know that you don't have to settle. That's my whole point. Find yourself, find your purpose for you. Then you progressing in life. To that point, man, try to push to the side what everyone else is caught up in. At the end of the day, only you can live your life, but live your best life. Don't make it just a rap song that you hear people saying, because when they say that, that's just a cliche. A lot of people saying they living their best life, really not living their best life. You're not living your best life when you're out here struggling to get bills paid, or you're trying to figure out where your next meal coming from, or you're trying to figure out, a lot of the material, silly stuff that a lot of people get caught up in. Stay away from that, because that's a bunch of foolishness. You don't have time for that. You're not living your best life when you're doing that. That's not what grown-ups do. That's not what adults do. Living your best life is when you're responsible, man. When you got people that's able to look and say, you know what? I like what he doing. Or I like what she doing. When people can really look and not have no motive involved and really give you props on what you're doing, then you living your best life. It's not about how much money you spend or how much money you got. Money is only a tool. It's only a tool to elevate you. And I always tell people, if you was a fool before you got money, you're going to be a fool when you get money. So live your best life being you. not being who social media wants you to be. Keep that in mind. 24 years up in there. I'm out now.